Welcome back to Lisa's Family Table. Russell, what are we making today?
Well, today we're making pork belly. We're going to use it to make sliders, and I'm using JRG's barbecue rub today. I'm going to finish it off a little bit later with your barbecue sauce, which is so great, and a little rusty dust.
I love the rusty dust. That's the secret weapon. That's, it's so amazing. I can't wait for everyone to try this.
Well, it's a simple process, so let's just get started. Now, I got this from my local butcher, and if you'll see, he's already sliced it to be about a 1/2 inch thick. What we're going to do, we're going to lay this out. We're going to season it. Now, all I'm going to do is use a little of the JRG's barbecue rub, and we're going to coat these on both sides. I'll flip them back over. We're just going to liberally shake it all the way down the line, covering them up. Now, you want to have your pork belly out of the refrigerator for probably an hour or so. Just let it kind of come up close to room temperature. It's still a little bit cool to the touch. And what we do, once we shake this on, we're going to let it sit on there for probably 40 minutes to an hour and let it kind of penetrate the meat, and it'll actually kind of almost make a little syrup on the top of it. But try to get it on the sides if you can, get it all over. This is a very, very simple dish. It does take a little time in the smoker, and it takes time to always prepare the smoker. But this part right here is a very simple thing to do. We've got everything already seasoned. We're ready to go, the smoker. So let's go out there and put it on. We're going to put it on the smoker at about 275 degrees. We're going to watch it. We're going to get somewhere probably around 2 hours. We may render it a little bit higher heat in the last 30 minutes, say 350. But what we're trying to do is get a good smoke on this pork belly. Then we're going to bring it in. We're going to let it come to room temperature. Then we're going to put it in the refrigerator, and we're going to let it cool all night. Well, we're back in the kitchen. Our pork belly was resting all night in the refrigerator. I've got it right here. You can see that it's got all the rub on it. It's been cooked. Now, as we're going to slice this pork belly, just so it'll fit our pan, and what we're going to do is sear it, or we're just going to fry it up and to a point, render a little more of the fat out of the pork belly. Then we're going to put it on this baking sheet. We're going to baste it with our barbecue sauce and put it in the oven at 375 degrees for somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes and let it caramelize. We're going to stick it in here and we're going to just fry it up. But you can already, you get a good aroma. It's incredible what it will taste like. So you'll enjoy it. It's going to darken in this pan while you're searing it. And it's going to be darkened even a little bit more when we put it in the oven and caramelize it. But don't let that fool you. This is going to be a great, great, great taste. Once we get it fried, we're going to take JRG's barbecue sauce. My wife made this for me years ago when we were doing competitions. Everybody loves this sauce. So we're going to start pulling this off and putting it to the side. You see that it's seared pretty good on both sides. Very tender. There's one more step that we want to take that's going to make this really an awesome dish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer these over to this baking sheet, and I'm going to baste these real quickly with some of the JRG barbecue sauce. We're going to be liberal with this because what we want to do is put a good coat on here. We want it to caramelize. We're going to put a coat on this side right here. Then we're going to flip it over. We're going to put a little honey and barbecue sauce on the other side. Just going to add a little strip of honey right down the middle. Finish it up with some Junior G barbecue sauce. And I say Junior G, it's JRG. Those were my initials. I thought, well, it's a team. That didn't sound good, so Junior G. I've always been Junior in my family anyways. I'm the little Guatney, so that's how we got JRG BBQ. All right, we've got these ready to go in the oven. This oven's at 375, and we're going to stick them in here for about 6 to 10 minutes.
Oh my goodness. I knew I smelled pork belly. This is so delicious, Russell. I love it.
Oh, it's great, isn't it?
It came out perfect.
Yeah, it did. I'm happy. I'm gonna cut some of this up so you can put it on some sliders for us, and we can
Okay, that sounds
have a
great.
little taste test. How's that?
Like many families, our kids are grown, and on Christmas Day, people just come and go. We don't anymore have like a structured time where everybody sits down. What we do is everybody come at their own leisure, and Russell makes this pork belly, and he has this amazing recipe for lemon ricotta pancakes. And it's just a great compliment to the lemon flavor of the pancakes, and you fry this up like he did with the bacon. And you can skip the barbecue sauce for that, just put the rusty dust on it. It's fantastic.
Right. Thank you for mentioning that. I need some rusty dust. I want to put just a little bit on
Yeah,
here.
you forgot the rusty dust. How
Oh,
could you?
yeah.
So what I'm doing is I'm taking this pork belly that he's seared, and so I'm putting this on these are just Hawaiian sweet rolls, and I made a little slaw, and I just did a simple dressing for the slaw, which I'll share that recipe, and we're gonna put those wickles on it. And I will say, this is the perfect game day bite, these sliders are. You know, if you have some friends over to watch a game, this will solve any rivalry, because everybody will be so focused on these pork belly sliders, they won't have time to have a rivalry. So I've got my slaw, and you don't need much. You don't want this to be so messy that your guests are, you know, dripping all over it. So just a little bit, just to kind of cut down the heaviness of the pork belly. I think when it comes to entertaining, you know, you can spend time where it really matters, like in making this pork belly. And, you know, he did it the night before, so it was already done. It was set up in the refrigerator. So that way when your guests are coming over, you're not spending all your time in the kitchen. You actually get to spend time with them. And I think that's the most important part. You can improvise and buy ingredients where it makes sense to. And then we're gonna put the pickles on, and then we're gonna put these so they don't fall apart when our guests grab them. Let me have a pickle. I'm gonna make myself the perfect bite.
You could just
Right
get
here.
you.
I can't help myself. Oh my God.
That's good.
That's so
good.
It's delicious. It's the perfect seasoning. It's fatty, but it's not overly fatty. It's just the right amount of fat because he's cooked it and he's rendered that fat out of it. And the pickle is a good contrast here.
It's pork belly made simple, from Lisa's family table to yours.